Welcome into a major hour of CBS Sports HQ. Joe Musso alongside Kyle Porter and Rick Gaiman here at Oak Hill, where it was a moment worth its weight in silver and a moment that again belonged to Brooks Koepka. Taking a look at the action from the final day of the 105th playing of the PGA, the sights, the sounds, they all had a major feel. It's the fifth career 54-hole lead for Brooks Koepka, who came in one shot clear on Sunday. He's converted 3 of his previous 4, the only 6 weeks ago at the Masters. That one got away from him. This one would not. But the moment of the day, well, that belonged to Club Pro Michael Block from Mission Viejo. Had the week of his life, and how about the shot of his life? Number 15, straight to the bottom. Michael Block, fellas, making his mark on this PGA Championship in more ways than one, KP.
You would have rejected the script, Joe. You would not accept this script in Hollywood to make a 1 with Rory on a Sunday in contention at a PGA Championship. It's unbelievable.
This isn't the one, but he has all of the top 10 moments this week.
He may have them. We will see that final moment. It did not belong to Michael Block, but he did get one final moment on 18, a par save, an ovation from this New York State crowd, and a hug from Rory McIlroy as well. Couldn't believe it. Gave love to his family, gave love to the fans, and in the end, some crystal coming home along with $288,000. The Club Pro, I'm told, also could be in the field next week, so we'll run him back out there. But Brooks Koepka, he was running the field in this one. Koepka, as we said, one-shot lead entering the day. It wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. He did miss a par save there. Gave one back, but he would bounce right back. Birdie putt at number 12 from 10 feet. Got it. Moves back to 8 under. Victor Hovland would not go away. The man in orange making some noise. The gap grew to as many as 4. Victor closed it. It grew again. Victor closed it. Here we find Hovland making another as he was T2 entering the round. Now 7 under, 1 back after holding that birdie putt at the par 5 13th, but then trouble Rick loomed at 16. Shades of Corey Connors a day ago.
Yeah, that's right. Corey Connors showed us this shot on Saturday. This was a horrible lie, a horrible break. Victor has to try to take that flag on, and obviously this removes him from the tournament.
It would be a double, and despite being here in some longer rough, Brooks Koepka taking full advantage at number 16. Good and getting better. How about 4 feet would birdie the hole, so a massive shift in the landscape of this major championship. He moves to 10 under, a 4-stroke lead through 16. Koepka would give one back, bogey at 17, but still a 2-shot lead heading up 18 fairway. 2 putts would do it, KP. Another moment of history.
Yeah, this reminded me of Dustin Johnson in 2016 at Oakmont at the U.S. Open. Pounds a drive. Hits a great approach, and easy does it for number 5. A little bit of history.
9 under is the winning number. His 5th major championship. A smile that tells the story. 3 PGA championships. Brooks Koepka, once again a champion. So far gone about 2 years ago, but the man is back at the top of a leaderboard. Scotty Scheffler actually making a birdie at the last as well to split second there with Victor Hovland. Rick, as you assess the board, the numbers, Brooks Koepka pre-tournament wasn't one maybe we had circled in red, but one we should be considering moving forward.
Yeah, certainly his runner-up finish at the Masters kind of gets him back on everybody's radar, but I kind of look through these odds, and even though Bryson was 90-1, those 4 big names at the top, Brooks, Scotty, Victor, Bryson, those are some big boys.
It's a third Wanamaker heading to the trophy case, $3 million coming with it. The champion, post-round with Amanda Renner.
Brooks, you said after the Masters you figured out your mistakes and you promised us you wouldn't make it again. What did you figure out about yourself that allowed you to stay true to that promise and claim your 3rd PGA Championship and 5th major title?
This is incredible. This is wild. I look back at where we were 2 years ago, everything that's going on. I'm just so happy right now. I'm kind of at a loss for words, but this is just the coolest thing.
You have been so vulnerable and open about your self-doubts through injuries, wondering if emotionally you could ever get back here again. How satisfying is it to reach the pinnacle in major championship golf for a 5th time?
Yeah, it's incredible. I don't know the list of guys, how many guys have won 5 times, but to be with those groups of names is absolutely incredible. Something I'll be honest, I'm not even sure if I dreamed of it as a kid that I was going to win this many, but this is the coolest thing, and I'm just happy to do it in front of these New York fans. I love you guys. I I mean, I think we got 3 majors in New York, so New York's been, I guess, a second home for me. So it's pretty special. And then Oak Hill, it's been phenomenal. This golf course, the beating it took with the rain yesterday, phenomenal shape. So props to the green staff, everybody here at Oak Hill and the PGA.
Well, the answer to your question is you're just the 20th player in history to reach 5 or more majors. An absolutely remarkable week for you, Brooks Koepka. Congratulations. Soak this one in.
Another moment that belongs to Brooks Koepka, and to the victor goes the spoils, $3.15 million here at the PGA Championship. Brooks feeling at home on the road once again in New York.
We welcome in CBS lead golf analyst Trevor Immelman. Trevor, Brooks Koepka wins the PGA for a 3rd time. What's your headline?
That he played really from the second round. The last 3 rounds that he played in this tournament, 66, 66, 67. Just so impressive from a guy who was coming off of the Masters just a month or so ago that had the 54-hole lead and then coughed it up on Sunday. So an unbelievable bounce back here from Koepka and how far he's come in the last year and a half.
You mentioned the fact that he had a lead at the Masters and could not hold on to that lead as the weekend got longer in Augusta. It was different for him today. Started with the lead, kept the lead. When you watched his game, what part of his game allowed him to be a different version of his weekend self today as opposed to the Masters?
Well, I think a lot of it was his mindset, really. Going out there playing to win, not playing too defensively. That was what he said caught him up at the Masters. He went out with that lead on the Sunday at Augusta and tried to play too defensively instead of going out there and swinging aggressively to conservative targets. And he came out today firing straight away, right off the bat. The game looked very good. The iron shot that he hit into 2, the start that he got off to on that front 9, even though he had a few hiccups after that, really, really was impressive. And just the way he finished, making the putt for par at 13, driving the right next to the green at 14, making birdie there, really holding it together so well. Cherry on the cake with the birdie at 16 that pretty much put this thing to bed.
I mentioned, Trevor, right before I introduced you, that this is the 5th time he's won a major. He had 4 major wins within a 2-year span. It looked like he might pile them up. It's now been 4 years for a number of different reasons. What significance do you attach to that time gap in between major wins for him?
It's all because of injuries. He had some serious injuries, not just to one of his knees, but both of them. And, you know, speaking to members of his team a year ago, they were wondering if he would ever be able to get back to this spot. Did he have what it takes to be able to invest the time to improve his game, to be able to then still take on the best players that are, you know, at times almost a decade younger than him? And he answered the question not only at the Masters, but this week getting across the line, winning his 5th major. And some of the players that he joins with 5 major championships, it is extremely impressive and rarefied air.
I'm going to show some of those names that he joined in a moment here, Trevor. But one more question. And even though Brooks Koepka is the story, I guess the 1A right next to it in terms of just emotion and being sentimental, Michael Block, 46-year-old club pro from California, rallied at 18 there, the highest finish in the PGA Championship in nearly 4 decades. It felt to me watching the broadcast, and there's his hole-in-one right there. The crowd really amped up how much they were behind him after that. The energy and anticipation for him it was outstanding just watching on TV. What was it like to be there from the tower?
Oh, it was tremendous. It was just fantastic the whole week, how you could feel the momentum starting to build for him, the way the crowds were really getting behind him. And he played so beautifully the first 3 days with 3 consecutive rounds of 70. And then he gets drawn with one of the legends of the game in Rory McIlroy today and went out there and put on such a show for us, making that hole-in-one at 15. A fairy tale story, really, for Michael Block. He said afterwards he feels like he's dreaming. This is going to be a week he will remember forever.
Yeah, the interview afterward, I mean, the way he played was terrific, and the way he reacted to it and showed his emotion was just awesome. Trevor Immelman, CBS lead golf analyst, no shortage of stories there this weekend. We appreciate you sharing your thoughts.
Thank you.
All right, Trevor mentioned the names that Brooks Koepka is joining, and here's a look at what he was talking about. Third PGA Championship puts him in really elite company. Look at the names around him. He joined Sarazen and Snead with 3 victories in the PGA Championship, just below Tiger and 2 away from Hagen and Nicklaus. Brooks Koepka, PGA champion in 18, 19, and now 2023.